All right, guys, welcome back to another video. Shaman J. Time for some updated news. The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 has gotten its first software update. Basically, it's a security patch. It took it up to August security patch. As recording this video, we are in the beginning of September, like the day or two into September. And, there's nothing that spectacular happened. It's just a security patch on the August security patch, and I've had this on here for a couple of days now, and it's going to flow. It flows, like any other software patch, no problem. It's not anything new. Like, shout out to Grant, he got his the other day too. It's not anything new per se that I see in the software. But it's just running smooth. So I wanted to do a real quick video and let you know that if you have not checked your Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 and you're into September, you probably should hit that software update. If it doesn't pop up yet, go in and check for a security patch update, because it's definitely there. Again, I got this a few days ago, so I just kind of wanted to test it out and see what it was about. No bugs, nothing. Everything's working fine with it. Nothing. No problems whatsoever. None whatsoever. So I think with a security patch, obviously, we're not looking for major OS changes, but sometimes there's changes in the OS that we just don't know about. And I don't read the security logs, the update log, a change log. I don't read it. If I found out about a lot of stuff sometimes if someone tells me about it, because I'm just using these phones as phones and, whatever task I'm doing at the moment. And that's just what it is. So if in fact you have a Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6, you need to check it out because you have a security patch waiting for you for August. Now, the watch, oh man, I love this watch. This has got to be one of my favorite smartwatches. It doesn't have the battery life of an Amazfit, but it has the hardware. The hardware is just so premium, in my opinion. It is just good. This is a very nice piece of hardware, very solid. Now, I don't have any kind of cases on this watch or anything like that, and I really don't plan on putting any on it. But what I can say is I have banged my wrist up multiple times, man. I have banged it up, and it's holding its own. It's holding its own. Now, one thing I'm kind of has worn off is this color combination. Now, I do like the orange highlights with the orange around there. And, this is like the default combination that Samsung kind of promoted. But I actually was waiting for the white version, but it was back ordered to like October or November when I went in there to buy it. And this was at launch. So I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm just going to get this one right here. So I walked into Best Buy and bought it. And I traded in my Classic 6, and they gave me $350 or something like that, or $400, and I put it towards this, and I just paid the difference. And I have no regrets. I don't use the dial as much as I thought I didn't use it a lot anyway, but I did use it sometimes. But really, folks, this watch is just a sidekick for me to check to see who sent me a message or a call's coming in when my hands are not free. I'll answer it on the watch. And then fitness. That's the only reason I really use a watch as a sidekick to the phone, because I really don't. I like to wear like real watches when I'm out and about. So with that said, though, this is a wonderful smartwatch. It is premium hardware. I'm going to end up changing this band, though. And again, I do like the orange highlights with the orange band and everything. And people notice this band, and then they notice the watch, and they're like, "Oh man, it's a sweet watch." So, yeah. But I personally don't want that kind of attention. So I'm going to change this to the gray band or a black band and call it a day. Fitness on here is great, though. The heart rate monitor is and all the monitoring of the EKG. Everything on here is easy peasy. It works like a champ. So I changed the watch face to kind of match this combination, but again, I'll be taking that off. But everything with the watch is flawless, man. I don't have any complaints about this watch. This is probably my favorite smartwatch, but I just want more battery out of it, because I'm getting about 2 days. But if you turn on power saving mode, man, you can get 4 to 5 days. At least I was able to. And even so with that, one time I think I turned on Do Not Disturb, and I went through a full day with it only moving like 5%. I didn't notice it. But I didn't realize, I was wondering why my watch wasn't ringing when phone calls were coming in and text messages and emails just weren't beeping on the watch. And it turns out I had turned on Do Not Disturb by mistake. I don't know how I turned it on. Let's see. I don't know how I turned on Do Not Disturb on the watch, but I did. And I was like, how did I turn? It didn't even matter. But I was like, it doesn't even matter because I ended up getting like not a free day, but I ended up getting a day where it just didn't sip much battery at all. It just kind of hung out in the 90s. And I was like, wow, this is great. But eventually I had to turn it back on because I was looking for phone calls and messages and they were only beeping on the phone. So with that said, man, if in fact you have this particular combination, I think you're probably ecstatic. You're probably excited that you made this purchase, and you probably don't have any complaints because this is a good combination. It's probably not the best combination for a lot of people. Some people are going to stick with their classics 6 or their 6, or they'll get the 7. Some people will say that this isn't worth the money, but I always say, there's a reason why we have choice. And if this is too expensive for you, if your first conversation about telling someone something is not worth it or it's too expensive, if that's just your first approach, that means you're not in your lane. You're in someone else's lane, because a lot of people who buy what they want, like these very expensive items, they're looking at price, but they're comfortable, so they can afford to do it. So I don't think this watch is overpriced at all. I think the hardware is definitely strong, and I don't want to pay $650. I didn't pay $650. I paid like $250, I believe, after all was said and done with my trade-in. However, my Apple Watch, I didn't do any trade-ins, and I paid that watch is $7 something. So this is a better looking watch than the Apple Watch. It feels better than the Apple Watch. It functions with the same things I need, which is fitness and phone calls, the same. So in essence, this costs less and does the same thing. And you can apply that rule to a lot of things in your life. But I personally feel like this is a great smartwatch. I wish it had 15 days of battery or 14 days of battery, but it just does not. Best I've gotten was 2 days off of, 2.5 off of power saving mode. And then when I did try power saving mode, I think I was able to get like 4 to 5 days, which is incredible, man. So it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. A new update on your Z Fold 6 and your watch. How do you like it so far? I am loving mine. And I think a lot of people are enjoying this watch. I've been seeing a lot of posts online, and people really are feeling this watch, man. I have my Apple Watch. I have a ton. What am I saying? I have a ton of the Pixel Watch. I have them all. And this by far is the best feeling. The hardware is just great. And it functions without issues. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next video. I'll have some Samsung links down there. If you just haven't picked yours up yet, you can go ahead and hit those links and grab yours, whether it's the phone or the watch or any Samsung products. And hope you enjoyed them. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.